Welcome to my B&B Today's Show channel. I hope today fantastic for everyone. Please hit the subscribes button and give this video thumbs up. Liam's sacrifice for Hope's future with Carter. Liam Spencer makes the ultimate sacrifice as his health deteriorates, encouraging a clinging Hope to reconcile with Carter despite his own feelings, ensuring her happiness after he's gone. Putting Hope into Carter's hands as his time runs out is Liam's ultimate sacrifice. A devastating truth is revealed by Liam's shocking actions. Grab your tissues, soap fans, because the latest twist on The Bold and the Beautiful is breaking hearts across America. Liam Spencer is putting on a brave face while secretly fighting for his life, and making the ultimate sacrifice by pushing the woman he loves into another man's arms. The devastating secret behind Liam's behavior. Remember when Liam suffered that brain hemorrhage after his confrontation with Bill Spencer? Well, it looks like things are far worse than anyone realizes. According to my insider sources, Liam's condition is terminal, and he's keeping this devastating news from Hope Logan while actively encouraging her to reconcile with Carter Walton. Touch and go wasn't just hospital speak when Dr. Grace Buckingham described his condition. Liam is facing the grim reality that his time is running out, and in true soap fashion, he's handling it in the most heart-wrenching way possible by ensuring Hope's happiness after he's gone. The situation is beyond complicated. Hope has been clinging to Liam lately, completely oblivious to the real reason behind his sudden change of heart. She thinks they might have another chance at love, but little does she know that every time she reaches for him, she's breaking his heart all over again. A desperate plan with a heartbreaking motive. What makes this storyline absolutely gut-wrenching is that just weeks ago, Liam was actively fighting to win Hope back. Remember those family moments with Beth? The way his eyes lit up whenever Hope laughed? That wasn't acting, that was a man who wanted his family back. But now, Hope is being deliberately drawn toward Carter Walton, the one man who might be able to make her happy after Liam leaves, despite Liam's excuses and attempts to distance them. "You and Carter had something special," he told her in yesterday's episode, his voice breaking just enough to make me reach for the tissues. "Don't throw that away because of me." The dramatic irony is killing me. Hope thinks Liam just doesn't want her anymore. But we know the devastating truth: he's pushing her away because he loves her too much to let her watch him die. Steffi knows the truth. If you thought this couldn't get more emotional, brace yourselves. Steffi Forrester knows everything. She's been watching her ex-husband's selfless act play out, torn between respecting his wishes and telling Hope the truth she deserves to know. That moment when Steffi walked in on Liam taking his medication, the look they exchanged said it all. She's the only one carrying this burden with him, and even though they've had their differences, you can see the heartbreak in her eyes. Should Steffi break her promise and tell Hope what's really going on? Or should she honor Liam's wishes, no matter how misguided they might be? It's the kind of impossible situation that makes daytime drama so compelling. Will Hope discover the truth in time? The biggest question hanging over this storyline like a dark cloud. Will Hope figure out what's happening before it's too late? Will she realize that Liam's sudden change of heart isn't about not wanting her? It's about wanting what's best for her? Hope has been through enough trauma to last several soap lifetimes. Finding out that Liam kept his condition secret while pushing her toward Carter will devastate her. But finding out after he's gone? That would be unbearable. And what about Carter? He's clearly still carrying a torch for Hope, but how will he feel when he discovers he's essentially part of Liam's dying wish? Talk about complicated. The clock is ticking. Liam's condition is deteriorating, and with each passing day, Hope is being nudged closer to Carter while remaining completely in the dark about the real motivation behind it all. Is Liam making the appropriate decision? Should he tell Hope the truth and let her decide for herself? Or is his sacrifice as heartbreaking as it is ultimately the most selfless act of love? Hope commits to Liam as Carter eavesdrops. Daphne makes a move. The Bold and the Beautiful preview video reveals that Hope Logan will commit to Liam Spencer as sad Carter Walton eavesdrops. Let's discuss what lies ahead because Daphne Rose will act in the aftermath. B&B's promo kicks off with Hope telling Liam that their future is together. As Hope adds that she doesn't want to spend any more time apart, Carter looks crushed as he listens around the corner. Naturally, Carter will not be aware of the news about Liam's brain tumor, or the reason for Hope's sudden attraction to Liam. All Carter will know is that he's devastated since he'll feel like Hope is choosing Liam over him. Daphne has been urging Carter to let Hope go, but he's been reluctant to give up on the woman he loves. Even after Carter overhears Hope's commitment, he'll have a hard time moving on. Nevertheless, Daphne will be eager to pounce and convince Carter that he's not meant to be with Hope. After Daphne kisses Carter's cheek, she may go for his lips next, and could perhaps tempt him into a more passionate encounter. Since Liam will try to push Hope back in Carter's direction later, this could turn into quite the mess. Next, let's talk about Liam's visit to John Finnegan's office. Liam will be on a special mission that involves Hope and Steffy Forrester, so he'll have a big favor to ask. Promise me that you will bring Steffy and Hope together if and when I'm gone, Liam says to Finn in B&B's weekly preview video. Liam isn't aware of it yet, but his imminent demise is already helping Hope and Steffy mend fences. Steffy and Hope recently found common ground since they both care so much about Liam and hate to see him go. Despite all the terrible predictions regarding Liam's medical condition, Hope and Steffy are struggling to imagine a world without him in it. The Bold and the Beautiful say Steffy and Hope will continue to bond over their mutual Liam despair. Steffy finally acts appropriately. Love her or hate her, there's no denying that Steffy Forrester has finally done the right thing. The Bold and the Beautiful Steffy finally does the right thing. During the latest episode of The Bold and the Beautiful, Steffy broke down and told her longtime love rival Hope Logan that Liam Spencer is indeed dying. At first, Hope was very confused as to why Steffy would know about this before her, but the brunette beauty explained that she was the first to see Liam on the floor and rushed him to the hospital. She was also there when the doctors gave him his diagnosis. Suffice to say, Hope was left absolutely devastated by the news, and felt even worse when she found out that his brain tumor is inoperable. There's nothing that doctors can do at this point. And to the surprise of the Bold and the Beautiful fans who were watching the show, both Steffy and Hope put their differences to the side and shared a touching moment with each other, which is something that fans thought they would never see. The Bold and the Beautiful Steffy and Hope share a sweet moment between them. Now, whether or not they are going to continue to put on a united front for Liam's sake and the sake of their children, remains to be seen. Clearly, they want to do what's best for him, seeing that he doesn't have much time left. Or at least that's what everyone wants to believe. Either way, B&B fans are happy to see this side of Steffy, as it's showing both growth and maturity. Here's hoping that it stays this way. It goes without saying that B&B fans will simply have to tune in each and every day to find out what will happen next. Watch this space for more. Liam's ultimate sacrifice. A 3,000-word deep dive into his heart-wrenching decision to push Hope into Carter's arms before time runs out. In a storyline that's shaken the very foundation of The Bold and the Beautiful, Liam Spencer, long caught in the tangle of love, regret, and redemption, has taken center stage not as the romantic lead, but as the ultimate tragic hero. In a sweeping act of selflessness, Liam is making the ultimate sacrifice, pushing the love of his life, Hope Logan, into the arms of another man, Carter Walton, all while secretly battling a terminal brain condition that has rewritten the course of every relationship he holds dear. As his time on Earth ticks away, each second becomes a painful chess move, every glance a hidden goodbye, and each decision a tear-streaked testament to his enduring love for Hope. This is not just a soap storyline, it's a haunting portrait of what it means to love someone so deeply that your final gift is letting them go. Liam's decision didn't come overnight. Just weeks ago, fans were treated to glimpses of a man clinging desperately to his dream of a reunited family. Tender moments with Beth, wistful smiles when Hope entered a room, and the quiet longing in his eyes spoke volumes. The idea of rekindling their love didn't seem far-fetched, it felt inevitable. But all of that changed the moment he collapsed in Bill Spencer's office, an unrelenting pain in his head announcing the onset of something far more sinister than a simple fainting spell. According to Dr. Grace Buckingham, with a hemorrhage that has since escalated into a terminal, inoperable brain tumor, Liam now faces the cruelest twist of fate. The very future he dreamed of is slipping through his fingers, and there's nothing he can do to stop it. The emotional gravity of this revelation is almost too much to bear. Liam, always the protector, always the fixer, is left utterly powerless in the face of his mortality. But instead of descending into bitterness or self-pity, he makes a harrowing choice. He won't let Hope suffer through watching him die. He won't let Beth remember him as a frail, fading shadow of the father she once adored. Instead, he resolves to quietly fade out of the picture, to reframe the narrative of their love into one of final sacrifice. He gently and painfully directs Hope's gaze toward Carter Walton, a man he once viewed as a romantic rival but now believes could save her. "You and Carter had something special," Liam tells her, his voice cracking under the weight of the lie he's telling, not about their love, but about his own wishes. Every syllable of that statement drips with the agony of a man suppressing his deepest desires. He doesn't want to see Hope with anyone else. However, he has to, because in the cruel math of tragedy, her happiness without him is the only remaining equation that makes sense. Hope, however, is in the dark. She's been reading Liam's emotional distance as rejection, unaware that each time he pulls away, he's fighting back tears and the reality of his condition. She doesn't understand why the man who once fought so hard for their future is suddenly retreating into silence and pushing her into Carter's orbit. She is breaking as a result. She clings harder, believing love alone can reignite the flame. She tells him she wants their future to start now, unaware that for him the future has an expiration date. Meanwhile, Carter Walton is a man caught in emotional purgatory. He still harbors feelings for Hope, no matter how hard he's tried to move on. Devastated that he doesn't know the whole story, he overhears Hope reiterating her commitment to Liam while he is watching from a corner. To him, it's just another chapter in a long saga of unrequited love. But what he doesn't realize is that Liam, the man currently holding Hope's heart, is intentionally crafting this scene, building a bridge back to Carter that he hopes she'll cross when he's gone. Daphne Rose's sudden involvement only adds more layers to this emotional labyrinth. As Carter begins to emotionally drift, Carter's flirtation with her and her quiet but persistent encouragement for him to let go of Hope begin to gain traction. And Liam, watching all of this unfold, continues to manipulate events like a dying playwright scripting his final act. He urges Carter in a subtle but clear way to be there for Hope. Not now but soon. Not as a rebound, but as a future she can grasp when her present falls apart. But it's not just Carter who's privy to Liam's final plan. Steffi Forrester has seen behind the curtain. Liam was taking his medication when she noticed him. She read the terror and resignation in his eyes. And while her initial instinct was to honor his privacy, the burden of his secret grows heavier by the hour. Their shared history, once romantic, now rooted in a deep and abiding friendship, gives her the emotional clarity that no one else has. She sees that Liam's sacrifice, while noble, is ultimately cruel to Hope. So when the moment comes when Hope looks her in the eyes and begs for understanding, Steffi finally cracks. Yes, Steffi does the right thing. She tells Hope the truth. And what follows is a scene so raw, so poignant, that it will be etched in the hearts of BNB fans forever. Hope's world crumbles as she learns the real reason Liam has been pushing her away. The inoperable brain tumor, the fatal diagnosis, the planned reconciliation with Carter. The entire mosaic of recent heartbreak comes into focus, and it nearly breaks her. The emotional devastation isn't just about the diagnosis, it's about the lie, the manipulation, the belief that Liam thought she couldn't handle the truth. Her grief morphs into fury, and then into unimaginable sorrow. She does not approach Liam with rage but rather with the quiet devastation of someone who has just witnessed her future disappear. She holds his hand, stares into his eyes, and makes him promise that whatever time they have left, they'll face it together. Because what Liam forgot in all his self-sacrificing logic is that Hope never wanted a perfect love story, she just wanted him. And while Liam's logic told him Carter was the safer option, the one who could offer stability and a future, Hope's heart never wavered. She wanted Liam not because he was perfect but because he was hers. And now, in the cruelest twist, she has him but only for a limited time. The ripple effects of Liam's decision continue to spread. Now that he knows the truth, Carter is devastated not only by the loss of Hope, but also by the realization that he was a pawn in a dying man's last wish. Daphne, sensing his vulnerability, makes her move, but it's hollow, tinged with guilt and confusion. Her timing, though opportunistic, becomes a point of internal conflict. She knows she's not Hope. And Carter, while momentarily drawn to her kindness, cannot shake the weight of what might have been. And then there's Finn, pulled into the emotional vortex when Liam visits him to make one final request: bring Steffi and Hope together after he's gone. It's a moment that redefines Liam's character completely. No longer a love triangle casualty or romantic flip-flopper, Liam becomes something far greater, a peacemaker. a bridge between two women whose history has been defined by competition and jealousy. He begs Finn not for miracles but for unity, for healing, for love, not for himself, but for those he'll leave behind. Steffi and Hope, remarkably, begin to honor that wish even before Liam's last breath. Their shared grief becomes a bond that years of rivalry could never create. As they sit together, hands intertwined, reflecting on the man who loved them both in profoundly different ways, something inside them shifts. Forgiveness blooms in the soil of heartbreak. Grace replaces bitterness. And Liam's sacrifice, once seen as cruel, reveals its ultimate purpose. It healed what years of betrayal could not. The final act is yet to come. We don't know how much time Liam has left. We don't know if there will be one final miracle, one last twist that buys him more days, more sunsets, more laughter with Beth. But we do know this. Liam's story, no matter how it ends, has become one of the most profound and poetic arcs in The Bold and the Beautiful's recent history. It's not about romantic conquest. It's not about rivalry. It's about choosing love over ego. About seeing beyond your own suffering to secure the happiness of those you'll leave behind. Liam Spencer, once mocked for his indecision and romantic vacillation, has emerged as the heart and soul of this current saga. And in doing so, he's forced every character around him and every viewer at home to reevaluate what it truly means to love. Because love, as this storyline shows us, isn't always about the grand declarations or the steamy reunions. Sometimes love is letting go. Sometimes love is choosing to be forgotten so that others can remember how to live. And sometimes love is the willingness to die alone, as long as it means the people you love never have to feel the same kind of pain. So yes, grab your tissues. This isn't just a soap arc, it's an elegy, a love letter, a final whispered goodbye from a man who gave everything, not for glory or recognition, but for the future of those he held closest. We will also carry Liam's sacrifice with us as we wait to see what happens next. Whether Hope can find peace, whether Carter can forgive, or whether Steffi and Hope can truly remain united. Forever etched in the fabric of The Bold and the Beautiful. Liam's sacrifice for Hope's future with Carter. A heart-wrenching tale of selfless love. In the ever-twisting world of The Bold and the Beautiful, few storylines have been as emotionally devastating as Liam Spencer's ultimate sacrifice, pushing Hope Logan toward Carter Walton while secretly battling a terminal illness. This narrative is a masterclass in tragic romance, blending selflessness, heartbreak, and the cruel irony of love that cannot be. Liam, once the hopeful romantic fighting for his family, now faces his darkest hour, choosing to orchestrate Hope's happiness even as his own time runs out. The layers of this storyline reveal a man who, in his final days, prioritizes Hope's future over his own desires, making his journey one of the most poignant in B&B history. A love torn apart by fate. Liam and Hope's love story has been one of passion, betrayal, and redemption. From their early days as a hopeful couple to the turbulence caused by Steffi and outside forces, their bond has always been tested. Yet, even in separation, their connection lingered undeniable and profound. That's what makes Liam's current actions so devastating. Just weeks ago, he was fighting for Hope, cherishing moments with Beth, and dreaming of reconciliation. But fate had other plans. The brain hemorrhage he suffered after his confrontation with Bill Spencer was not just a temporary setback, it was a death sentence. Now Liam hides the truth from Hope, knowing that revealing his condition would only bring her pain. Instead of clinging to her in his final days, he does the unthinkable. He pushes her toward Carter Walton, the man he believes can give her the happiness he no longer can. Every time Hope reaches for him, Liam forces himself to pull away, masking his agony with forced smiles and hollow reassurances. His words, "You and Carter had something special. Don't throw that away because of me," are not just words of advice. Rather, they are a desperate plea for her to move on from the situation as soon as possible. The cruel irony of Hope's misunderstanding. The tragedy of this storyline lies in Hope's complete misunderstanding of Liam's actions. She interprets his distance as rejection, believing he no longer wants her. She doesn't realize it, but every time he backs away, it's not because he doesn't love her enough to let her suffer with him. The dramatic irony is crushing. The audience knows Liam is dying, but Hope remains oblivious, still fighting for a love she thinks is slipping away by choice. When Hope declares in the "Our future is together," it's a gut-wrenching moment. She is unaware that Liam is secretly pleading with her to choose Carter over him and live a full life without him. Meanwhile, Carter, eavesdropping on this emotional exchange, is left shattered, believing Hope is simply choosing Liam over him. He doesn't know that Liam is actively trying to hand her over to him, not out of indifference, but out of profound sacrificial love. Steffi's agonizing secret. Adding another layer of heartbreak is Steffi Forrester, the only person besides Liam who knows the truth. Her silent suffering is palpable. She watches Liam deteriorate, torn between respecting his wishes and telling Hope the truth. When she walks in on him taking his medication, the weight of the secret hangs between them. Steffi, who has clashed with Liam and Hope countless times, now holds the key to Hope's understanding. Should she break her promise and reveal Liam's condition? Or should she let him control his own narrative, even if it means Hope may never get the chance to say goodbye? Steffi's dilemma is classic soap opera gold moral conflict at its finest. If she tells Hope, she betrays Liam's trust. If she doesn't, she risks Hope living with regret forever. The tension between these characters is electric, each carrying a piece of the tragedy without the full picture. Carter's role in Liam's plan. Carter Walton, unaware of Liam's motives, is caught in the crossfire. From his perspective, Hope is simply indecisive, torn between two men. He doesn't realize that Liam is intentionally stepping aside, urging Hope toward him as part of a dying man's last wish. When Daphne Rose seizes the moment to comfort Carter, her advances add another complication. Will Carter, in his heartbreak, turn to Daphne, only to later discover that Hope's hesitation wasn't about love but about Liam's sacrifice? The potential fallout is immense. If Hope eventually learns the truth, how will she react to Carter knowing she was pushed toward him out of pity rather than pure choice? And how will Carter handle the revelation that his relationship with Hope was orchestrated by a man on borrowed time? Liam's final request to Finn. The most telling moment in the preview is Liam's plea to Finn. Promise me that you will bring Steffi and Hope together if and when I'm gone. This isn't just about romantic love. It's about legacy. Liam knows Steffi and Hope have a fractured history, but they share a bond through Beth and their connections to him. His final wish is for them to find peace, to unite in his memory rather than remain divided. It's a selfless act, proving that even in death, Liam is thinking of others. The ultimate question: is Liam right? This storyline forces viewers to ask, is Liam making the right choice? Should he tell Hope the truth and let her decide how to spend his remaining days? Or is his sacrifice painful as it is the purest form of love? Some may argue that Hope deserves to know, that she should have the chance to cherish every last moment with Liam. Others may believe that sparing her the agony of watching him fade is the kinder path. Regardless, one thing is certain: Liam's sacrifice will leave an indelible mark on the bold and the beautiful, reshaping Hope's future in ways she cannot yet imagine.